Thank you for taking some time for yourself. First things first, find your nostrils. Yes, those 2 holes on your face. Don't worry, they're not just for cocaine. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Perfect. Okay, you got it. Now you might want to close your eyes. And who hasn't had those moments where they're like, is this really the life I want? People all over the globe have discovered the miraculous powers of focusing on their breath. It's like a universal remote for stress. Just inhale and exhale, and voila, instant relaxation. And let's be real for a sec. We all hit that point where we're just done with the circus act of addiction. And while you're there contemplating your existence and taking deep breaths, therapists are probably dreaming of pina coladas on a beach, praying for the day you hop off this wild roller coaster ride from hell. Frankly, it's exhausting for everyone involved. So how about we both take a breather? Sooner or later, most people realized this addiction has a grip on your soul and you're struggling to break free. And you've probably been lying to yourself longer than a politician in an election year, pretending everything's peachy, where it's more like a mouldy peach left forgotten in the back of the fridge. But guess what? Denial isn't just a river in Egypt. It won't magically make your problems disappear. You've been lying to yourself for too long, pretending like everything's okay when it's not. In every corner of the globe, people have found ways to focus on their breathing. And you've probably already figured out that taking some time to breathe deeply can be a lifeline to getting comfortably relaxed. Perfect. And some people feel like they're stuck on a roller coaster with a broken off switch, while others feel like they're starring in a never-ending horror movie. But sooner or later, everyone realizes that deep breathing is the ultimate sanity saver. So take a deep breath in and let it all out. Doesn't that feel better? Most of us try and stay positive, even when it feels like we're fighting an uphill battle. Listen up, because I'm about to lay down some harsh truths. And maybe there was a time when you were clueless about the power of addiction, just like a goldfish in a bowl, but now you know better. So why not give yourself a leg up in this journey to recovery? It gives everyone a sense of pleasure to tune into their breath and feel that collective sigh of relief, one deep breath at a time. It's a very common experience from the bustling streets of New York to the tranquil beaches of Sydney. People are reclaiming their lives from the crutches of addiction. And you know what? It's kinda empowering to believe that if you just focus on your breath, you can do the same. So breathe in, breathe out. Perfect. And I bet you don't even know how special you are. It's a statement that carries a lot of weight, yet it's often overlooked or misunderstood. At first glance, it might seem like a playful jab or a rhetorical question, but beneath the surface lies a profound message about self-awareness, self-worth, and recognizing one's uniqueness. Hey, let's talk about something really cool. You. Yeah, you're pretty special. And I'm about to tell you why. First off, your brain's like a powerhouse of creativity. It can appreciate beauty, solve puzzles, and even invent stuff like rockets to explore space. And those hands of yours, they're like magic wands, creating art, writing stories, driving cars like a pro. But it doesn't stop there. Your legs are your trusty sidekicks, helping you move around and do all sorts of fun. And guess what? We're living in an age where dreams of having enough food, clean water and energy for everyone are becoming true, thanks to advancements in technology and progress. Now let's talk about your body. It's pretty amazing too. Ever heard of the circadian system? It's like your internal clock syncing up with the Earth's rotation to give you clues for starting your day. When that morning light hits you, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure rises, and you're ready to tackle whatever comes your way. But here's where things get really special. In the middle of the chaos of daily life, you're part of something bigger. You're not just a bunch of atoms and molecules, you're connected to everything around you through invisible forces called fields. Ever walked into a room and just sensed the vibes? That's a field interaction in action. You're right in the middle of it. So the next time you're feeling down or doubting yourself, remember this. You're not just a speck in the universe. You're a cosmic being, living your best life, making a real impact on the world. Embrace it, because there's nobody else out there quite like you. So my friend, never forget how special you are. Embrace your uniqueness, because the world wouldn't be the same without you. And don't you ever forget it. Have you ever stopped to think about how something as simple as breathing through your nose can have such a huge impact on your overall well-being? Well, when you take a nice deep breath in through your nose, it's like giving your body a little gift. Your sinus and throat get a workout, like flexing the muscles at the gym. They get stronger. Your airflow improves and everything starts functioning better. But that's not all. Your nose is like a superhero. It's got these tiny hairs and bony structures that clean up the warm air you breathe, making it a breeze for your lungs to soak up that precious oxygen. Plus your sinus releases nitric oxide into your body, which gets your blood pumping and boosts circulation. Now here's where it gets really interesting. There's something called a nasal cycle, right where your right and left nostrils take turn regulating stuff like body temperature and brain chemicals. Breathing through your right nostril amps up alertness, while the left one chills you out, sparks creativity. And if you're breathing through your mouth instead, well, you're totally missing out on all these amazing body regulating benefits. And if you've ever thought about slowing down your breath, it turns out our bodies actually love slower breathing than what we're used to. See, carbon dioxide, that stuff we usually think of as a waste product, actually plays a crucial role in letting oxygen reach our organs. Breathing slow and steady ensures this whole oxygen-carbon dioxide exchange works like magic, giving our cells the fuel they need to keep us feeling fantastic. So the next time you take a nice deep breath, give your nose a little thank you and take it slow. Your body will be so grateful. You'll feel amazing. Hey, ever notice how we hate being told what we can't do? It's like an instant urge to rebel, right? But here's the cool part. You can totally change how you talk to yourself and make it way more helpful. Instead of fighting those cravings, you can totally own up to them. Like instead of saying, I can't have that, you can be like, I'm really feeling the urge for a Hershey's milk chocolate bar, Reese's peanut butter cups, or cocaine. I wonder what's triggering that. And guess what? Cravings don't stick around forever. They usually peace out in a few minutes. And let's talk about those moments when we're like, it's too hard. Sound familiar? But here's the thing, it's only as hard as we make it. Learning new habits is tough, sure. But you've tackled hard stuff before, right? Plus, resisting the urge to munch on something doesn't mean we're gonna explode. We can totally handle a bit of discomfort every now and then. And guess what? Every time we conquer those tough moments, we feel like total champs. It's all about respecting and protecting our bodies, you know. So the next time you're eyeing that tempting snack, remember, you got the power to choose what's best for you. And that feeling of accomplishment, way better than any temporary indulgence. You've got this. But let's break it down. Cocaine addiction can lead to some serious consequences, especially when it comes to your nose. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Let's start with the high. When you first hit that cocaine, you might feel like you're on top of the world. You feel excited, wide awake, energetic and confident. It's like you can take on anything, right? For someone who's actually shy or withdrawn, that boost of confidence can be a game changer. Suddenly you're talking to strangers, it feels like a breeze. But here's the thing, as you know, what goes up must come down. And after that initial rush, you might experience what we call a crash. It's where the party ends. You're left feeling depressed, angry, and just plain irritable. Not exactly a fun time, huh? And the more you use cocaine, the worse it gets. Your body builds up a tolerance, so you need more to get the same high, plus there's all the nasty side effects to deal with, anxiety, paranoia, mood swings, the list goes on. Now let's talk about your nose. Did you know cocaine can seriously mess up your nasal passages? Yeah, it's not pretty, it can narrow your blood vessels, causing damage to the tissue inside your nose. And if you're not careful, it can even lead to a collapsed nose. Yikes. Just imagine your once proud and confident nose now in need of serious repair. Doctors might have to reconstruct it using cartilage from your rib. Yeah, it's painful as it sounds. And here's the kicker. Most people dealing with this stuff aren't kids messing around. They're often in their 40s with stable jobs and lives. It's not a pretty picture. So what do you say? Ready to kick that cocaine habit? Give your nose a break? Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Ever thought about where all that carbon dioxide in our body goes? Turns out it's not just hanging out as a gas. It's actually hanging out as bicarbonate and carbonic acid. Doctors measure it as CO2, stuff in our blood. Too much of this CO2 party can mess with our body chemistry. You know, shallow breathing and all. It can lead to this thing called respiratory acidosis, causing headaches, fatigue, and even major health dramas like heart failure. Terrible, right? Now let's talk about the magic of slow breathing. Turns out taking it easy on the breath doesn't mean less oxygen. Nah, quite the opposite. Slowing things down actually lets us soak up more oxygen with fewer breaths. It's like an energy efficiency hack for your body. Plus it's a universal vibe. So the next time you're breathing in, remember, it's not just air going in and out. It's about dialing into your body's chemistry and unlocking your full potential. Cool, huh? Now brace yourself for some serious breath game. We're diving into extreme breathing techniques. Think Tibetan monks controlling body temperatures and athletes pushing limits with their breath mojo. It's all about tapping into that breath power to ace physical feats and zen out the mind. Cool beans, right? Hey there, let's break down how all this breath stuff works. Breathing's like a hidden superpower because we can actually control it, unlike other automatic body functions. It's like having a secret button to tweak our body's settings. Now, as you already know, your breath's like a switch that flips between relaxation mode and stress mode. Deep breaths tell our fabulous body to chill out, while short, fast breaths amp up the stress levels. So yeah, your breath is basically your body's mood remote. Ever heard of Tumo? It's this ancient Tibetan monk trick that lets them stay way toasty in freezing temperatures just by breathing a certain way. Crazy, right? But maybe don't try that at home without a monk guide. And here's a real eye-opener. Soldiers have been using breathing techniques to tackle crazy challenges, to endure things like frostbite. But hey, we're still figuring out if it's all safe in the long run. You can actually train your body to handle fear better by messing with your carbon dioxide levels. It's like giving your fear switch a chill pill. Those little sensors in our brain keep an eye on our carbon dioxide levels and can dial down the panic mode if we teach them right. So long story short, your breath isn't about just oxygenating your lungs. It's a full-on body influencer that can help you face fears like a legend. Pretty neat, huh? Breathing isn't just another autopilot body function. It's the one thing we can control whenever we want. So the next time you're sucking in air, remember, it's not just about staying alive, it's about unlocking your body's full potential. Perfect. All right, let's get real for a moment. We've got to acknowledge that sometimes our thinking gets a bit messed up, especially when we're dealing with stuff like denial and emotional chaos. You might be telling yourself that your cocaine habit isn't that big of a deal, or that you've got it all figured out, but deep down you know that's not true. It's time to ditch those thoughts that keep you stuck in denial and focus on the positive changes that can make you kick that addiction to the curb. Remember those moments when you thought, this is too hard. Yeah, it was only as tough as you made it. Sure, forming new habits is a bit of brain work, but you've tackled things that are harder before, right? Plus, when you're not munching on snacks every 5 minutes, it doesn't mean you're about to spontaneously combust. You can totally handle a little discomfort every now and then. Like instead of saying, I can't have that, you can be like, hey, I'm really feeling the urge for the devil's dandruff or demon dust, and wonder what's triggering that. And guess what? Cravings don't stick around forever. They usually peace out in a few minutes. And every time you conquer those tricky moments, you already know you feel like a magnificent superhero. It's all about showing some love to your body, keeping it in tip-top shape. So the next time you're eyeballing Satan's powder or the devil's dandruff or demon dust, remember, you're the one holding the reins. And that feeling of accomplishment, way sweeter than fleeting indulgence. You've totally got this. So let's flip that mindset, my friend. Let's steer towards a future filled with hope and endless possibilities. Embrace the journey ahead with courage and determination, knowing you've got what it takes to conquer any challenge that comes your way. You're not just capable, my friend. You're the Chuck Norris of self-improvement, the warrior of personal growth. So why don't you kick some addiction butt and waltz into tomorrow like it's a disco party? Alright, as you prepare to return to the real world, Take a moment to ask yourself, wonder what's triggering that. And as you take a deep breath in, let yourself sink deeper into this wonderful state of relaxation. Feel the air filling your lungs, thanking your nostrils for their incredible work. Remember, slower, deeper breaths are like a mini vacation for your mind and body. So stretch out, wriggle your fingers and toes, and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.